Wednesday, getting set up here. So if you're coming on, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. If you're jumping on, whether you're coming on TikTok, I'm live streaming right now from TikTok and YouTube. Just getting set up here. We're going to talk about email marketing today. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Yesterday, I did a training on social media marketing at the request of someone. And since we talked about social media, I thought maybe a good topic would be to do some email marketing, the basics. If you're jumping on, good morning. Let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Yesterday, I did a training about social media marketing. So today, that was at the request of someone. I thought I'd do some email marketing and give you some basics, because if you're using social media, good morning, Happy Smalls. Good morning, Seabridge. Breeze. Good morning, Titanic. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Timothy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Yesterday, I did a training on social media marketing, because I had somebody request it. So today I'm going to talk about email marketing. Good morning, Carol. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm live streaming both on TikTok and YouTube. Actually, I do have an audience on YouTube. So I'm doing two, and it's no more time. It's really cool software I found that you can live stream on multiple channels at once. So you only have to do the live stream once, and it's going out on both channels. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I am going to be talking about doing some email marketing training. Yesterday, somebody had asked me to do social media marketing, so I did some training about that. If you're using social media, you want to, if you're getting people to come to your account or whatever, and you're getting leads, then you need to know what to do with the leads. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, user 1P, blah, blah, blah. Good morning, is it Kelsey? Good morning, Jennifer. I'm going to do some email marketing. No matter what the reason is you're on social media, I'm assuming, unless you don't have anything else to do, and I have had some people say that they're bored, so they jump on social media. I'm on social media because I have an online business. I make money from home, and I show other people how to do the same. That's why I'm using social media. Good morning, Peggy. Good morning, Sweet Sense. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, G Pens. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Kirk. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, user 36, blah, blah, blah. What do people call you? Yesterday, I did some social media marketing training, and today I'm going to do some email marketing training. I'm just going to do some basics. I had a request for the social media stuff. If you're using social media, whether you have a business or you have a company that you're supporting, or you have a cause that you're supporting, um, once you start using social media and you're getting people, because you have the ability with social media to reach millions, billions actually, of people. And after that, then you need to know because you can't just get people on your social media account, whatever you're using, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, and if you're getting people, you want to get leads to get them I have a proven system to get them in and get them on my email list, so you can keep communicating with them. Because if you're just, jumping on TikTok and you're not sending people to anything, it's going to be hard to communicate. Now, I do suggest, I can't screen share on TikTok, so I can screen share on YouTube. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a capture page. If you go to payudaily.com for TikTok, you click the link in my bio. That's a capture page. It's also called a landing page, a squeeze page. it's called a number of different things. It's all the same thing. It's a page that looks like that, mypayudaily.com, where the person, now I have something I'm giving away for free. I suggest no matter what you're doing, you have gives people something for free. It could be, I have a PDF, it could be an ebook, it could be a webinar training that you're training about something. So in exchange, the person's giving you their email address for whatever free thing you're giving out, and then you get them on your email list. Yeah, if you can like and share this live, I'd really appreciate it. So you want to send people, and some people call it a website, a capture page, a landing page, or squeeze page. It's all the same thing. If you want to see what one looks like, click the link in my bio if you're on TikTok or YouTube, or go to payudaily.com. That is my website, my landing page, my capture page, and then you have that. It's attached to a series of emails, so you can keep talking to the person, because most people, if you're selling something, they're not going to buy on first touch. Most people, and it is true, they need to see something between 5 and 12 times, or sometimes more. In fact, I just had somebody who, she opted into my email list in October of last year, and she just bought something in July. So that's like 9 months. I did talk to her a few times on Instagram before she bought, but and I do get sales on first touch. That does happen, but the reality is people are going to have to see something multiple times before they make any kind of buying decision. And they may have to even see it, I say average is about 5 or 6. They may have to see it 10 times or even longer than that before they make a buying decision. If you think about your own buying habits, if you see something, you may be online, or you may see it somewhere physically, and you may look at it first and then kind of walk away. And you may have to keep looking at it for so many times before you actually decide that you want to make the purchase. Um, Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. That is true that people have to see something. So you want to send them. I do see people sending people to like a sales page or a replicated website. You don't want to do that. I mean, I even see people doing paid advertising do that. You don't want to do that, because you only have one chance to talk to the person. The second they go off your page, that's it. You can't keep communicating with them. They're not going to get any chance to know you. And using social media to get out there is great, but you want to send people to something. If you don't, if you're in weight loss, for example, I mean, you want to actually be in the three biggest niches, which are the wealth niche, the health niche, and the dating relationship niche. And say your niche is weight loss. You could make up a PDF about, something like 5 ways to lose weight without starving yourself, and give some points about it. You can use a tool like Canva and make it look professional if you're doing a PDF, or you can go and you can pay somebody to do it. You can go to sites like Fiverr.com, where those are gigs that, and they're really inexpensive, $5 or $10, that somebody could make a giveaway that you can give out that's branded to you. And I just used the example of weight loss. If that's your niche, you could give 5 tips for how to lose weight without starving yourself. And that's what you could, get people to opt in. If you don't know what a capture page, a squeeze page, a landing page, a website looks like, you can go to payudaily.com. That's one of mine. So when people go there, I do have a free thing I'm giving out. It's a PDF of a 2-hour workday blueprint. They can opt in. They'll get an email from me, and this is all automated. This is where the automation comes in. The email goes out to them. They get an email from me. In the email, I have a link for the PDF. They can go, they can download it. It's theirs to keep. They can keep it on, save it to their computer or your phone or whatever. And give something away for free. Then the person is on your email list. You want to build your email list. Yes, you want to use social media, but any social media account you have, you don't own it, you don't control it, you could lose it at any time. You could post something that site doesn't like and give you, a warning, or they could just, take your account away. I've had 10 accounts on TikTok. One of them, I had over 200,000 followers. I lost all of them. I had 3 accounts on Instagram. Somebody hacked my Instagram account. They deleted it. I had 2 others that Instagram suspended. And then when they went to review it, they didn't rule in my favor. So you don't want to solely depend on any kind of social media platform, because you could use it at any time. If you're on one platform and that's where you're getting all your leads and something happens, because I've gone through this how many times, and you lose your account, there goes your leads, there goes people looking at your stuff. And they can do, and basically they can do what they want, because you don't own the account. It may be in your name, but they control it. They can change. Like, I had a Facebook group, I had over 60,000 people in it, and Facebook deleted it. You're starting again. And this TikTok account that I'm on, and also my Instagram account, those are accounts that are a little over, I've been posting on those are a little over a year. I'm almost at 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm at 75,000 on TikTok at this moment. But you don't own them, you don't control them. So that's why you want to send people to something, get them to opt in, give you their email address, and then they're on your email list, and you can keep talking to them, because your list is an asset. And then you can get to a point where, I email my list every day. You can get to the point where um, if you get enough people on your list and they're engaged and all that, that you can start sending emails out and making money. I have a mentor who, and I've seen her do this, she can sit down, and she's very highly skilled at copywriting and email marketing. She can sit down and write a email in 15 or 20 minutes and make like $15,000. I've seen it. She's highly skilled, and it is a skill you have to master. Um, but you can start joining. Um, joining something, or hiring somebody. If you don't know how to set up something like a funnel where you have a capture page and then you have emails attached to it, because that's where the automation comes in. And you may be seeing people on social media advertising, they're only working 2 hours a day, and you can get this down to 2 or 3 hours a day, and their automations are working for them 24/7. That's what they mean. Because if you have this all set up, then when somebody finds your social media account and then they opt in, you can, their automations, those emails are going out for them no matter what they're doing. And that's what they mean when they say it's 24/7. Because a lot of people, I see, they put something out, but they don't have any kind of email to follow up with people. And you don't want to do that, because you're only getting that one chance to talk to the person, and they're gone. And it does take people for exposures. And I had shared, there's some more people coming on now, that I had somebody this month buy something from me. She got on my email list in October of last year. I talked to her a few times on Instagram, and then she bought in July. And that was, her talking to me. She had some questions, and I do get sales on first touch. That's possible, but most people are going to have to see something. They're not going to buy. They may look at it, they may opt in and get on your email list, but they may keep, if you're emailing them, and they should be getting emails automatically from you. And if they're following you in social media and you're posting every single day, showing up every day, posting every day. I post 3 videos on TikTok, and then I take those same 3 videos and I put them on Instagram. And I'm getting leads from both. Now, unfortunately, because of the whole thing with TikTok, I have everything's totally automated for me on Instagram. I don't even have to respond to comments because I have software. But unfortunately, right now, if you live in the US, you can't use the software because of all the stuff with TikTok may be banned in the United States. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't know how long. President Trump did sign another 90-day thing in June that will go to, like, I think it's September 19th. But you want to make sure you're getting yourself out there, that people can see things and exposure more than once. Because if you're just starting this, I know the first year I did this, I didn't make a dime, and I didn't have the capture page, the website. I didn't have the emails. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. I was setting up pay-per-click ads and actually spent $3,000. I didn't make any money. The website was getting like clicks and impressions and that kind of stuff. But if you're sending traffic to something, you want to be getting leads. So you have to, and if I had a mentor, which I didn't have at that time, a mentor could have corrected me and said, you don't want to send traffic to a replicated website. They don't tend to convert. Now, network marketing companies use them to sign people up, but that's not something you want to send traffic to. And you also don't want to send traffic to a sales page, because once that person sees it, they're gone. That's why. And the email piece of it, yes, it is. It does take skill to learn to start writing emails. You can get help with AI using Chat GPT, but the people that I know that have become like a mentor of mine, that she's been doing this for over 25 years, she's become highly skilled at that. People actually pay her to write emails, because she's so good at it. So that she's got that skill. Does anybody know what a flash goal is? I keep seeing that pop up. Good morning. If you're just jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I have an online business. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. That's why I'm on here. So I mean, it is a skill, but you can get done for you services. A lot of programs, you can have them set up a funnel for you. You can have them set up the email. It's not too expensive. If you don't know how to do it, you need software called an autoresponder. Out of all the tools I use, that is the one that I use the most. And without it, I mean, I would not be able to be following up with people, and it's being done automatically. Um, and I'd say, I mean, I use a lot of tools, but the autoresponder is an absolute must. And I know when I got on Facebook when I first got in here, I had people telling me you don't need an autoresponder. You need an autoresponder. And yeah, you can start using them for free. The one I use, excuse me, they'll give you up to 2,000 subscribers for free. And then after that, it will cost you, but you want to be building your email list. And if you're brand new, it may take you a while to get up to 2,000 subscribers. If you're new and you're just starting to learn how to use social media. So, I mean, if you're using social media and you have questions, I'd be glad to take questions. I'd be glad to do other trainings. I did have, yesterday, I did one on social media marketing that someone had asked me. And I thought today talking about email marketing would be helpful, because if you're using social media, you just don't want to solely rely on that. You want to get people, you want to build your email list. It is the only thing online you really own. You don't own your social media accounts. I've lost tons of them. So have other people, and you never know. Now, us on TikTok, if you live in the United States, with this whole thing with the ban, and I understand why they think that it's a security issue, but depending on what's going to happen, and I don't know, the President Trump can keep issuing these 90-day things, and there hasn't been a serious buyer that's come along they're seriously interested in buying TikTok. So it's up in the air. And if you're only using TikTok and something happens, then you've lost and when I lost both my TikTok accounts and my Instagram accounts, because that's where I get the bulk of my traffic, I mean, it was basically shutting me down. I had to start over again. But the thing is, I've got the skill now. I know how to build a social media account. I'm almost at 75,000 on TikTok, and I'm almost at 100,000 on Instagram. One of my TikTok accounts, I had over 200,000 followers. And actually, I stayed off of TikTok for a year. And I'm not the only person that's ever lost a social media account. Because if you're using it and you're seriously using it, you could post something at any given time and then not like it. And actually, TikTok, I think they're really trying, because I haven't gotten any. I think maybe I've gotten 2 warnings over the last year, because they're really, if TikTok goes away in the US, they're going to lose a lot of people. And if you notice, when you log on to your account, they're giving people incentives to share TikTok with other people. They give you a link. If somebody downloads it and creates an account through your link, I think they're rewards. I don't think it's actual cash that you can do whatever you want. I think they give you rewards or points that you can go buy on TikTok shop. Because a lot of people, I don't have a TikTok shop. That's not what I do. But a lot of people have TikTok shops. And for some people, they're making their whole entire living from that. And if TikTok goes away, they're going to lose their TikTok shop. That's the only drawback to doing that. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Drop me a comment. Would love to know. If anybody has any questions, I've been talking about email marketing. If you're doing anything online and you're using social media and you're not sending people to something to capture their email address and get them on your list, um, good morning. You're from Israel. Well, welcome. This is, and what I'm doing, digital marketing, it's a global business. You're just going, what it says, DES, what is that? What is, what do people call you? Thanks for jumping on. I'm doing some email marketing training. I did some social media marketing training yesterday. If you're using social media and you're not sending people to something, capturing their email address and getting, good morning, Diane. If you're not sending them to something, getting your email, their email address and getting them on your email list so you can keep talking to them, you want to do that. I mean, it will increase your sales. And unfortunately, I do see people sending people to either a sales page or a replicated website. I was doing that when I first got on, and when I first started doing this, I've been online actually, it'll be 14 years in September. You definitely want to do that so you can keep communicating with them, because although I do get sales on first touch, most people are not going to buy from you on first touch. Good morning, Lucas. I can't, I don't know if are you saying you're a Christian? Well, I'm a Christian too. If that's what you're saying, I'm having trouble. I don't know if that's what you're trying to say to me. You're typing in the comments over here on YouTube. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. The one thing, cool thing about the digital marketing, it's global. It works anywhere in the world. It's not restricted. Anybody can do this. There are some things out there that, depending on what country you live in, it's not available. Good morning, Tiger. Good morning, Andre. Good morning. Is it Carmi Forever? What do people call you? If you're just jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same. A lot of people, with the economy the way that it is, and like food prices going up, I think and I went and ran to the grocery store this morning and picked up a few things. I could buy the exact same things one week, and then the next week it's more. So I think a lot of people are hurting, or people that don't have any money to retire, or they're already retired and they're trying to live off of Social Security, and you cannot live off of Social Security. At the most anybody can get from Social Security is $2,200 a month, and that depends on how much money you're making and at what age you decide to start taking the benefits. And I think it's Susie Orman. She suggests you wait till you're 70, so you get the most benefit. But even at that, it's like $2,200. I don't think anybody can live off of that. I don't even think, I think it's hard to live off of $3,000 a month. That's more doable. But if you got mortgage or rent, kids, food, and all that, you can't make it. Good morning, Betty Ann. Good morning, Maria. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I was doing some training about email marketing. I did one yesterday on social media marketing that somebody had asked me to do. And if you're using social media and you're not sending people to something where you can capture their email, because I see people sending people to like a sales page, a replicated website. You don't want to do that, because you only have one chance to talk to the person, and then after that, they're gone. If you get them on your email list, you can keep communicating them and build a relationship, because most people are not going to buy on first touch. I had somebody just recently, she got on my email list in October of last year, and she just bought something from me this month in July. Now, I did talk to her several times on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. So she needed, and a lot of people they need to see something at least a few times before they make a buying decision. That is true. If you think about your own buying habits, you may see something and the first time you see it, you like it, but you don't buy it, and you may keep going back and looking at it. I know, I could see something online that I like it, but I don't buy it on first touch. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I was doing some training about email marketing. Well, just kind of doing basics. You're a watercolor artist and thinking about generating an email list. So the topic is on target. Okay, great. Well, if you have any questions, I was saying, I think before you got on, if you go to payudaily.com, that is I have a number, and that's one of my websites. And people call it a website, a capture page, a landing page, or a squeeze page. If you look at that, there's a spot there for people to give me their email address. I have something free that I'm giving away. It's a PDF. You may want to think about setting something up like that, and then you're attaching. You need a software called an autoresponder. There's a bunch of them out there. I used Aweber for a long time, but they in December were like doubling and tripling the cost. And now I'm using one called System EIO. They give you up to 2,000 subscribers for free to use and it's an autoresponder that gives you that ability. You can set up a funnel, attach an email list, that email goes out automatically, and you may hear people saying, you'll hear me saying, it's running on, it's automated, it's 24/7. That's what I mean, because once somebody gets into my funnel and goes to my web site and puts their email in, it's automated. I don't really have to do anything. And now I do send emails out every day too. And you can actually, the cool thing about that, you can schedule them in the software and autoresponder. And then when I first started this, I had people telling me, you don't need an autoresponder. Yeah, you need an autoresponder, because if you're just getting on TikTok or whatever platform, you're doing lives like this is great. And when I post 3 videos every day, I take the now somebody must be putting comments that they're not supposed to, because I'm getting messages from TikTok that they're filtering comments. I'll look at those later, but you don't want to, if you're using social media to make the best use of your time, you want to send people to something. You always want to give a call to action and send them to that to get them on your email list, because if you start building an email list, it's an asset. It's the only thing online you really own. Even if you have an offline business, it's a good idea to have a email list, because you can set up a website, and you can do something like a newsletter. And when somebody goes to your website, say if you want to, hear from us, know, about deals or specials or whatever, get on a newsletter, you send them to something where they have to give you their email address, and then that's a subscriber for you. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Shoba, if I'm saying that right. Good morning, Geneve. If you're jumping on, love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And no matter what kind of business you have, online, offline, if you use social media, you're extending your reach by billions, because there's literally billions of people on social media every day, not just TikTok. I'm on multiple channels. I'm live streaming right now. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. So you definitely want to be. And when I first started, I didn't have a mentor. I bought a website. I had no idea what I was doing. They sent me a 3-page PDF. There was no training. They were saying set up pay-per-click ads, which I did. I spent $3,000. I didn't make any money. I was getting clicks and impressions to the website, but you never want to send traffic to it. Was a replicated website. You never want to do that, because you can't capture the person's information. The same thing with the sales page. And unfortunately, I still see people doing that. They're running ads, paid ad, Facebook ads, solo ads, and they're sending traffic. I know one guy that he was talking to me. He said, well, I got a sale. Yeah, you might get a sale. But the whole thing is he ran, I don't know how much he spent on the solo ad. He could have gotten a bunch of leads, and that's subscribers on his list that he could continue to keep talking to them. But because he sent them to a sales page and not, website or capture page where he could get their email address, he can't do that. And yeah, that's great that he got a sale, but you really, and especially if you're doing paid traffic and you're putting money out for that, also want to get leads, because most people, whatever you're doing, they're not going to buy on first touch. And you want to give a chance to keep communicating with them, and you can't do that. And social media, I mean, is great for that. But I do see people, and I did yesterday, I did some social media marketing training. You want to set your profile up so when people come to your profile, they know what it's about. And on TikTok and Instagram, access like that, they give you, it's very, not very much space at the top for you to put anything in. So you got to say it in, a few words, be concise, to the point. You have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok to put a clickable link in your bio. So you could put the name of the website up there, but people aren't going to click on it until you get 1,000 people on TikTok. That's their rule. It's not that hard. You can take a look at how I have my profile set up on TikTok, and I'm on over here on YouTube. YouTube's a little different because you do need a banner at the top of your channel, kind of saying about you, and you could have a picture on it. I have a picture on mine. I had paid somebody to do that. Now TikTok, Instagram, they don't, because the space is so small. You're just putting a picture. You want to put a good profile picture on too, because I see people put ones up with their kids, their dogs. I mean, they're cute. Thank you for sending that, Diane. Um, their dog, their kids, and all that's great. But you people want to see you. They want to know you're real. And if you put a picture with multiple people on it, they're not going to know who you are. And you don't really want to do that. So you're presenting yourself. You could take some selfies on your phone, or you could ask somebody to take, I don't know, 10 or 20 pictures, and then pick the best one, or the one that you really like. Because I see people that don't put any picture on their profile, and some of them don't even use a name. I suggest you brand yourself. TikTok, I know they issue you a thing that just says user, and there's usually a bunch of numbers and letters. And there are people that do that. If you're seriously wanting to use TikTok or social media, you want to make sure you're setting your account up correctly. You can attract people to you, and so when people come to your page, they know exactly what it's about. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for over 14 years. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. It was the worst job market ever. I ended up finding myself drowning in $250,000 of debt. I was broke, unemployed. I was in foreclosure. And I found this industry, and this industry can completely change your life. Um, and I'm not making any guarantees of anything, because the amount of money that anybody makes is in direct proportion to the value you bring to the marketplace, and then your time and effort. So if you're not, people come into this industry, they buy things and then they don't do anything. You're not going to make any money that way. And you can get this down. I have a proven system I'm following that you can get this down to 2 to 3 hours a day. But it is going to require work on your part. And a lot of people just don't believe it. And I'm surrounded by people, and unfortunately, scams do exist in this industry, and it does give the whole industry a bad rap. But you got to get around somebody and develop a relationship with them, because this industry can change your life. So the people you do see making money, they're coachable, they're consistent, they show up, and consistency is really important. I mean, when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. And some people, they take, a week off, a couple of days, you're ending up, you really have to start over again, because people want to know that you're going to show up every day. If you don't show up every day, they go follow somebody else. Good morning. Good morning, Kirby. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Geneva. Good morning, Mike. So, most of the people I talk to, they're not making money at all. They're not making the kind of money that they want because they're not consistent. I'm here every day, live streaming on TikTok. I'm also live streaming on my YouTube channel. And I plan to do that until I say otherwise, but I post every day. I've been posting 3 videos a day. I take the same 3 videos I post on TikTok and I put them on Instagram, because I have an audience over there. So consistency is really important. Most of the people I talk to, they're not getting the results that they want because they're not consistent. And if you're having trouble being consistent, my advice to you is you're going to need to dig deeper about why you're doing this. Because I know if it's not so painful to you, and if you're doing this seriously, that you're going to have days you don't want to work, your why is going to have to be so painful. For me, it's always, and Dr. Michael Beckwith said, your pain will push you until your vision pulls you. For me, I was broke. I pissed a bunch of people off. I was cutting mold out of food because I didn't have money to buy food. I was trying to keep the lights on, and my pain has changed over time. I'm grateful I'm not in that situation anymore now. I'm dealing with 2 cancer diagnoses, and I'm fine right now, but I don't want to burden anyone. I want to be able to stay in my house because nobody can tell me exactly what's going to happen. So it's pain that pushes me. So the reason you're doing it, if it's not so painful to you that it's going to push you to work when you don't feel like, because most people they're not consistent, and if you don't fix that, I mean, you can mastering marketing and mastering social media isn't going to do you much good if you don't show up. Because I see people, how many people I see now, the reason they're not getting the results they want is because they're not consistent. I mean, this business really is simple. It's not easy, and simple and easy are not the same thing. But I see just about everybody I talk to. Good morning. Is it Sankey, Hallie, Kid? What do people call you? Good morning, Henry. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let them know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. This industry, if you show up, it can change your life. Good morning. Is it Bamba, Amanda? Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. I've been talking about I did social media marketing. I did some training yesterday, and today I'm doing some email marketing training. Because if you're using social media, if you're not sending people to something, your efforts are, because you want to get them, you want to send them to a landing page, a website, a capture page, get their email address, and get them on your email list so you can keep talking to them. Because if you're just, I mean, going live like I'm doing this every day is great. Posting video, I mean, I post 3 videos. If that's all great, you need to do that if you're using social media. But if you're not sending people to something that you can keep communicating with them, because people need to see things, and you can get sales on first touch. I do, but most people need to see something. And I just had somebody she'd been on my email list since last October, and she bought this month. And I had talked to her a few times before that on Instagram too. So people definitely need to see something. If you think about your own buying habits, you may see something you like, and you may not buy it at first touch, and you keep looking at it. Excuse me. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, just whatever. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same. I'm doing these lives. I did a social media marketing training yesterday. I'm talking about email marketing today. If you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover on one of these, I'd be glad to do it. If it's something that I've done and I've used, because I don't think it's ethical to train or teach on something that you haven't done. If there's something you're trying to figure out and I don't know, there's probably a resource I can point you to. I mean, I had somebody on my live earlier or last week that wanted to learn CPA marketing. I know what it is. I've never done it. I've never made any money with it. So I don't feel like I can. He wanted me to do a video. So I did suggest to him, there's a couple websites you can go to, like clickbank.com and warriorplus.com, that you can search and see if there's a course on there about CPA marketing. Because if you're really serious about anything, you're going to have to invest time and money to learn it. And using social media is a skill, using email marketing, they're skills you have to master. And you only have, I mean, and I've learned, and I've been doing this long, you only have to get really good at one thing and you can make a lot of money in this industry. It's mindset and skill set. You have to master both. And I'd say this business is really 95% mindset, because the crap that people feed themselves, that they can't do this, or it doesn't work, or it's a scam, or if you go live, nobody's going to get on your live, or if you post videos, nobody's going to watch your video. In the beginning, yeah, I mean, I I started, this is like, I've had 10 accounts on TikTok. This account I have right now, I started it posting on it 3 times a day over last June, and now I'm at 75,000 followers. I know how to do that. I did the same thing on Instagram, and I'm almost at 100,000 followers. It's a skill you have to master. And once you master skills, nobody can take those away from you. So I know what to do if something would happen, or I wanted to start getting on another platform, because I know what to do. No, I don't. I mean, I've lost enough of them again. I don't want to lose them. Nobody does, especially after you've built it up. But you have that skill, you know what to do, and you can do it again. Nobody can take that away from you. Yeah, and yeah, somebody can take your social media accounts. They don't like the times you don't like what they posted. And I know a number of people I know that have been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube a long time. YouTube has been, over the last month, issuing people all kinds of strikes, and I know a couple of people actually lost their YouTube channels because of it. So if they see something you post and they just don't like it, they can issue you, or they call them strikes, or just give, if you get a warning is really worse, because once you get 3 of them, then you'll lose your account. But you don't own them, you don't control them. You want to build an email list because you own that, you control it, and you can keep communicating with people. You set up a follow-up series of emails, and then I email my list every day. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I got in this industry after I worked in cancer research for 16 years, and I lost my job. I could not find another one. And at that time, people were getting like 1,500 resumes for one job. If your resume or your application even made it out of the stack, I think I got like 3 interviews. I never had trouble getting a job. Worst job market I've ever seen. I think it's different now. And also there's Uber and DoorDash. So I have people contact me. Like she contacted me on a Monday, and she told me she was getting evicted on Tuesday and that she needed to make money right away. Well, what I'm doing is not a quick fix. And the best thing, if you need money right now, go drive Uber. If you don't have a car, they have a program. They'll help you get one you can use. You drive Uber today, you get paid today. That kind of thing. Uber and DoorDash was not around when I lost my job, because that's totally, and you can put some money in your pocket. And if you want to do something online, you need some money to invest in something, you can make money that way. And you can do, well, DoorDash doesn't, if you don't have a car, DoorDash isn't going to help you with that. But those kind of things were not around. Jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I teach other people how to make money from home. I've been talking about email marketing today. I did some training on East Texas. Good morning, Vanessa. You want to work from home? Well, if you want to go to payudaily.com, and there's a website there, you can opt in. I have a free PDF. You can download that on your computer and save it. You can learn. I have a proven blueprint I'm using that you can get to the point where you're working 2 or 3 hours a day. And yeah, if you don't have if you haven't done this before, it's probably going to take you a while to get to the point. If you're coachable, if you're consistent, if you go through the training and implement it and you show up every day, you can do this. Because I didn't make any money the first year I did this. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a training. I didn't have any of that. And I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. I was talking about this with the email marketing. You want to send people to something and give them something for free. Like I have a free PDF. You can set your own up if you want. You can do a PDF, an ebook. You can give them a webinar training, a free webinar training. But you're giving them something in exchange for them giving your email address, and they're getting on your email list, which you can keep communicating with them. And if you're using social media, really for anything, if you've got a cause, or, I don't know, say weight loss is your niche, you could do a PDF or an ebook and do something like, 5 tips on how to lose weight without starving yourself, and give that away for free. You can get people's email address and get them on your email list, because your email list is an asset. Your social media accounts, you don't own them, you don't control them. You can lose them at any time. I've lost a lot of social. I lost 10 on TikTok. I've never lost my YouTube channel. I lost 3 accounts on Instagram, and I had to start again on both of those. And it's not, you're taking accounts again from zero, which TikTok now I'm at about 75,000 followers, and I'm almost at 100,000 on Instagram. And it's just, I'm taking what I'm learning and the blueprint I was mentioning to you, but you can go to that payudaily.com and take a look at that. If you've got questions, you can respond back to the email and from me, and we'll answer you. Good morning. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know why you're on social media. I would love to know. I work from home and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I'm using social media, which you can use social media for free. And yesterday I did a training on social media marketing. Today I'm talking about email marketing, because if you're using social media, you want to get people. That's great that you're posting, and you want to give it if you're posting videos on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, you want to give a call to action and send people to, it's a website capture page, landing page, squeeze page, are all the same thing, where the person has to opt in and give you their email address, and then you're giving them something for free in exchange for that. And you want to build the email list, because most people don't buy on first touch. They've got to see something, multiple times. And yeah, I've gotten some sales on first touch. That can happen, but the likelihood that most people are going to come, they're going to see your video, or if you're live streaming like this or whatever the case is, they're not going to buy on first touch. So that's why you can, if you don't know what, you can go to payudaily.com. That's one of my websites. That's a website, landing page, squeeze page. They're all the same thing. Capture page. That's what it looks like. They get a little idea about what it is, and then there's a space there for them to put their email address. And if you're not doing that, you're spending time. I mean, it's great that you're putting time on social media, but you're not going to be able to get any momentum, and then it's harder to get sales. And I do see people doing that. And actually, I was doing that when I first started, because you don't know what you don't know. And I didn't have a mentor to correct me. And you need a mentor. You got to get trained. But yeah, anybody can learn this in a couple of weeks. And depending on your work ethic, your time and effort you put into this, and how consistent you are, because being consistent is really important. I was talking about that too. Because if you're not showing up every day, if you're getting people to follow you, they'll go find somebody else who does show up every day. So because people want to know that you're going to show up. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I'm doing some email marketing, doing some basics actually, because there's a lot you can learn about email. I did a social media marketing training yesterday. I had somebody ask me to do one, and I was going over some things about what you should be doing if you're using social media, that you can get people, start attracting people to you, because it's way better to attract people to you versus you having to message people on whatever social media platform to try to get them to take a look at what you're doing. And that works, but that's prospecting. I'm an attraction marketer. I like automation and leverage. If you are going to do the prospecting, I have done that and signed over 350 people. And that's all. I mean, there's no leverage. There's no automation with that. I mean, it does work. And you're ending up, I was doing it on Facebook. I was living in Facebook Messenger, because you're going to have to start doing, messaging people, following up with them. And if you have if you're sending people to a capture page, a website, you're getting them on your email list. They're getting your emails automatically. You can email. I'm emailed every day. You can keep communicating with them, and you've got them in one place where you can communicate with them. If you're just sending them to, a replicated website or a sales page, they're only on your page once, and then they're off, they're gone. You can't keep communicating with them. And you could, I do know somebody that's done that and they got a sale, but the thing is, he was buying traffic. He was sending people to a sales page. There are all those leads of people opting in that he could have gotten them on their email list, because somebody may not buy from you today, but they may buy from you in another time. And what it takes anybody, it's not the same with anybody. And I have gotten sales on first touch, but the majority of people, they need to see something. It could be a few times, 5 times, or even, or more than that, 10, 12 times. It depends on the person. I've had some people that have followed me for years and after that bought from me. So you can't control when someone buys. Um, and if you're consistent and you're showing up every day, they can follow you. They know that you're going to be there because people want to know you're going to be there. If you're not consistent, um, then people, they'll go find someone who is consistent. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Yesterday I did some social media marketing training that someone had requested. Today I'm doing some email marketing training, because if you're doing this and you're on social media, you want to be sending people to something where you can capture their email and get them on your list. Um, and it's either a website or capture page, squeeze page, landing page, they're all the same thing, but you want to get, and preferably give something away for free, depending on what you're doing, your niche. Because then you're giving them something for free, and in exchange, you're getting their email address so you can keep talking to them. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Would love to know why you're on social media. I've been doing this for, it'll be 14 years in September. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9. This industry can change your life if you're struggling financially, which a lot of people are, or you're getting close to retirement, or you're in retirement and you're trying to live like just off of Social Security, which I don't see how anybody can live off of Social Security. There are ways you can make money from home. It's all legal, legitimate, anything I'm promoting. And yeah, there's, with what I'm doing with digital marketing, I make 100% profit, but there are some skills you're going to need to get. And you need to learn how to use social media. You need to learn marketing, and you can learn this in a couple of weeks. And then how long it'll take you to master, I don't know, because depending on your work ethic, if you're coachable, if you're consistent, if you're putting in the work, because the people that you see making money, they're coachable, they're consistent, they put in the work. Because nobody can do the work for you. Vanessa, you don't have to be. I have Vanessa here on YouTube asking, what if I'm not very techy? You don't really need to be, because we have a done for you system where you can get your whole website built and your funnel and the emails all set up for you. There's a $39 charge for the website and the funnel and all that. If you want somebody else to do it, it's $150. So you don't have to really learn that. If you decide you want to do it yourself, we have inside our community, the person who's our tech person, she has calls every week that you can get on Zoom and ask questions. If you want to learn how to do that and set it up yourself, you can. And there's help there. There's calls every week. She does 1 or 2, and then we have over 55,000 people in our community. You can come in and post a question, and there's people in there all the time that would be willing to help you and answer your question. And then you have me. You can always, if you get on my email list, email me. And then we have a group. Our group is in school, skool.com. That once anybody that joins my program, you get access to that. But we have resources. If you do want to do it yourself, we have resources. It's all set up if you don't. And the website, if you that's $39. I would definitely tell you. You can build your own website, but if you've never done it before, that I would tell you definitely want to do. The funnel and all that, that's a little bit more. But if you've never done that, and you don't want to do that, they will set all that up for you. And you need a tool called an autoresponder. But I know when I started, and that was 14 years ago, I didn't have any of the stuff that I have now. I didn't have a mentor. You need a mentor. Nothing was automated. I was spending money on paid traffic, and I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. If I had a mentor, and you don't know what you don't know, a mentor would have corrected me and said, you don't want to do that. Because you could And I've seen people do that and send traffic to a sales page. You could get sales, but you're really limiting the possibility of getting sales if you're not doing that. And you do want to get somebody on your email list. I mean, in fact, I had somebody who she got on my email list in October of last year, October 2024. I talked to her a couple times on Instagram, and then she bought something this month in July for me. So that was like she was on my list for like 9 months, and then I had talked to her recently a few times on Instagram. So, I mean, it's about building relationships. About building trust, and with social media, you can reach billions of people all over the world. And digital marketing is global, so it doesn't matter where anybody lives. I mean, there are some things out there that are only available in certain countries, and that's another reason why. Well, digital marketing, you make the program I'm with, you make 100% profit. You're not sharing. It's not like affiliate or network marketing, and I've done both of those where you're sharing profits with somebody else. But no, you don't have to be techie at all. We've got some, and actually, we have some people that have done really well, and they're not techie at all. So there's help there if you want to do it yourself, or you can just pay for the done for you services. I would definitely though do the website because yeah, you can build a website, but and if you've never done anything before. So good morning. If you're jumping, if I did I answer your question? If you're just jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. I do online marketing. I make money from home, and I show people I teach other people how they can do it too. Good morning. And yesterday did have somebody request that I did some yesterday. They wanted social media marketing training that I did. So I thought email marketing, if you're using social media and you are getting people, you're growing a following on social media, you want to be capturing their information to keep communicating with them, because if you're not doing that, then I pretty much say you're wasting your time on social media. I mean, yeah, you may get a few, you could get a few sales that way. But I post 3 videos every day on TikTok. I take those same 3 videos and I post them on my Instagram account. And I'm doing these live streams. Then I'm on TikTok and YouTube. I've been on YouTube. Well, TikTok, I got on TikTok in 2020. Been on YouTube since like 2013. And there's benefits to me for me to live stream, and I have software that allows me to do that, which is pretty cool because it's the same amount of time, and I'm live streaming in 2 places, so I can reach more people. So, I mean, if you have questions about anything, or if there's something you'd like to learn, or you're trying to learn, I'd be glad to do a training on one of these. If I know it, because I don't think it's ethical to train or teach on something that you've never done. I mean, if I've done it and I know it, if I don't, reality is I might be able to give you some resources if you seriously want to learn something. Because if you're not trying to learn something new, you do have to expect to invest time and money in it. I find that almost ridiculous. People think you can learn something and you don't have to invest any time or money into it. I mean, when you go to college, you have to be accepted, you have to pay for it, and you're getting an education that's going to help you, when you're done, get a job that you can make decent money from. And this is the same thing, although, and I know for me, the first year I did this, I didn't make any money. If you're just starting out, you're going to work, not get paid, work, not get paid. A job, you work 40 hours, you get paid. You work 40 hours, you get paid. That's not the case here. And until you start gaining some skills and you get some traction, if you're using social media, you start getting people to follow you. You start getting people on your email list that you can keep communicating with them. And I didn't have a mentor, and the training, all I had was a 3-page PDF, which that's not enough. And you need a mentor. You can't do this by yourself. You want to follow someone that's done what you want to do and model, and you want to do what's already proven to work. Because if you're getting on, you're just kind of saying, oh, you'll try this and winging it. That's not, I have a proven system that I'm following. Like Starbucks has a proven system. Target has a proven system. McDonald's has a proven system. And that's why, I mean, if you look at Starbucks, I think there's, at least the city I live in, that I live close to, there's like a Starbucks on every corner. I mean, they're popping up all over the place. They have a proven system that works. And to be successful online, you need a proven system. You need a mentor. So, and you want to be doing email marketing. If you don't know what a landing page, it's a landing page, website, capture page, squeeze page. They're all the same thing. You can go to payudaily.com. That's one of my websites. That's what a website would look like. You can, you know, put it, put colors, put your picture, do whatever you want to do with it. Or, if you're going to pay somebody to build you a website or a capture page. So I'm doing these for an hour every day. I'm usually getting on around 10 a.m. The hours just about up here. So if nobody has any questions, I'm doing these every day. If you've got a question or you have a training you'd like me to do about something you're trying to learn that you'd like to learn about, drop a comment, or if you're on TikTok, there's an email. You can send an email and give a topic if you'd like, or come back tomorrow. I've been doing these every day. I'll be back tomorrow. But for today, we're over an hour now. So I appreciate you guys coming on. I'll see you tomorrow.